Welcome to Gleaming Tales!
Once upon a time, in a bright and busy kingdom, there lived a princess named Arabelle. She was kind and curious, always wanting to learn about the people and places beyond the castle. But one winter, a strange thing happened that no one could explain. The great gates of the castle, tall and strong, became covered in thick ice. The frost spread so quickly that the doors froze shut completely. No one could enter or leave the castle. Food wagons stopped at the road outside, unable to bring supplies in. The villagers called to the king, but their voices echoed against the frozen walls. Inside the castle, fear began to grow. Servants whispered that the frost had a curse upon it. Some said the gates were sealed by an old magic. The king ordered the blacksmiths to melt the ice with fire. But no matter how they tried, the ice would not melt. The frost grew thicker with each passing day. Arabelle stood at the gates, pressing her hand to the cold surface. The ice glowed faintly, like it was alive. She could feel it pulsing, as if it was guarding something. "I must find the truth," she whispered. That night, when the castle slept, she wrapped herself in a cloak. She found a small side passage that was still clear. With steady steps, she slipped out into the frozen night. Snowflakes danced around her. The air sharp with chill. Her boots crunched in the snow as she walked toward the forest. It was said that deep in the woods, answers could be found. The trees were heavy with frost, their branches like silver claws. Suddenly, a small white hare appeared, its fur shining in the moonlight. It hopped twice, then ran a few steps ahead, stopping to look back at her. "You want me to follow?" Arabelle murmured. The hare led her deeper into the frozen forest. After a while, the path grew dark, and Arabelle grew weary. But then, above her, an owl hooted softly. It swooped low, guiding her toward a cave glowing with icy blue light. Inside the cave, the air was still, and the walls sparkled with crystals. At the center stood a tall figure cloaked in snow. It was a guardian of the gate, an ancient spirit of frost. "You have left your castle," it said, its voice deep and echoing. Arabelle bowed her head bravely. "My people suffer. The gates are frozen, and we are trapped. Please, let them open." The guardian's icy eyes glowed like lanterns. "Why should I? Long ago, promises to protect the land were broken. The frost remembers." Arabelle placed her hand on her chest. "I cannot change the past," she said softly, "but I can make a promise for the future." The hare sat at her feet, the owl on her shoulder, watching closely. "I promise to care for the land, to keep it safe and alive." "My word is true." The guardian studied her in silence. At last, it raised a hand of crystal. "If your words are honest, the frost will know." The cave trembled, and the ice around the castle gates far away began to crack. The glow of the guardian's eyes softened. "You speak truth. The gates will open once more." The hare bounded happily, and the owl spread its wings. Arabelle bowed deeply. "Thank you. I will keep my promise." The guardian faded into snowflakes, vanishing into the air. Arabelle hurried back toward the castle. As she reached the gates, she saw them shining with cracks of light. The frost shattered and fell away like glass. The heavy doors swung wide, creaking with freedom. The villagers rushed forward, cheering. Supplies entered, children laughed, and music rose in the streets. The king embraced Arabelle with pride. You have done what none of us could. You saved us, Arabelle smiled. It was not only me. The truth and the promise kept the frost away. That night, the castle glowed with warmth. Food was shared, fires burned bright, and laughter filled the halls. And whenever the gates stood tall, villagers whispered, "These are the gates once frozen, opened by the promise of Princess Arabelle." And so her story was told for generations, the princess who faced the frozen gate and brought her kingdom back to life with courage and truth.
Don't forget to subscribe! See you in the next story! Till then, goodbye! Bye-bye!